Listening to WHCM 88.3 FM, Palatine, Illinois, a broadcast service of Harper College and its Board of Trustees. It is time for Streaming Verse here on WHCM with Nina and Chris. And Streaming Verse, right? Did I say Streaming Verse twice now?
I think so. But
we need to say it over and over again.
Yeah.
You're listening to Streaming Verse. You're listening to Streaming Verse. The thoughts and ideas are our own and not necessarily reflective of the opinions of WHCM Harper College or its Board of Trustees. And if you're tuning in, just want to make sure you know you have options. Everyone has options in life. You can listen to us locally in the Palatine area at 88.3 FM on your terrestrial radio. You can listen anywhere on the globe, possibly the universe. I don't know if that's been tested at harperradio.com. And you can watch us now, watch us later on YouTube Live. Just look for the Harper Radio channel. And today we decided to get cute and clever and title our shows. Maybe a good idea since we title them anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Chris decided to get cute and clever. Nina just said, "What's that?"
So Random Bytes is the title of tonight's show. And it's because we're random and data bytes, which I thought was so clever when I thought of it.
It's so smart. And I didn't put it together until I was like, what? And stared at it for a very long time. But I got it now.
Yay!
I think I am just talking really loudly because I'm looking at how close you are to the microphone and it's like not adding. Like I just need to stop yapping so loud. Anyways.
Yeah, that's regarding our technical issues that we have.
Yeah.
So if anyone, Aaron or Chastity are listening,
or mom,
and you can tell us how the sound is, we would appreciate it. So let's get started. Nina, what have you been streaming?
Well, yesterday I watched a movie that I've been wanting to watch for a long time. I wanted to see it in theaters, which I think says a lot about the movie itself. But the only reason I wanted to see it in theaters was because it looked gay and Margaret Qualley was in it and she is Jack Antonoff's wife and I do really like her, so I was like, oh yeah, I don't know what this movie's about, but I want to go see it. Never saw it in theaters. It's on Peacock now. And my brother was like, hey, do you want to watch this movie with my friend? And I was like, sure, like I really want to watch that movie. It was such a trippy movie. Like, I kept, like, being like, are you guys seeing this too? Like, am I losing my mind? What's going on? But I think that was part of it. Like, it was supposed to be, like, really weird. And I did write down a basic synopsis so that I didn't try and fumble and try and find the right words that I could say on the radio. Okay. And it's insane. It's two young women who make like a drive-away car deal, which I didn't know was a thing. Like a drive-away deal, like, oh, this car needs to go to this place, so we'll drive it and drop it off there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
That's for people who can afford to have people do that for you.
Right, yeah. I didn't know that was a thing. So they go to this, like, I don't know what to call it, like a dealership or something. And they get a car and they're driving it to, I'm so loud. They're driving it to visit one of their aunts in Florida. And these two women, they're not related, they're just friends. Then these like bad men come to the drive-away place where they got the car, and they're looking for this specific car that the girls took.
Ooh, of course.
because they left items in there that they need delivered to this specific place, and it's kind of a spoiler, but I think it's been out enough that I'll just say it. The 2 items that they were chasing them across country for was Pedro Pascal's decapitated head on ice in a hat box, and 4 silicone adult toys that were made from cast molds of various world leaders, and the world leaders wanted them back.
That's so
weird.
What was the name of the movie?
Drive Away Dolls.
Drive Away Dolls. I've seen it. I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen. Okay, sorry, we're breaking for technical difficulties.
Okay.
Apparently, it's this mic. Mic 4 is the issue. So Nina can go back to where she was. I need to be low, which makes sense because you were the one who was bad last time.
Interesting.
And you were here.
Mm-hmm.
So
right.
I'm going to make sure I talk loud enough for radio, but soft enough. Or
you could sit directly next to me.
All right, that's not a bad idea. Maybe we'll do that during the break and we'll switch around. Okay. Drive Away Dolls, though, that's like random. No, I'm going to say this in a bad way, but studios have a really hard time like pinpointing like marketing, how to market a movie.
Yeah.
So that would be a really hard thing to market, especially because the stars aren't super famous. Like,
yeah,
I forget her name. She's famous, like she's been in several things. People know who she is, but certain people know who she is.
Yeah,
Not
people
everybody.
like me. They basically advertised it as like, oh, big gay road trip is what it was advertised as, which it definitely was. But it was also like so random. It was kind of like someone had like a random idea and was like, oh, this would be funny, haha, like what if? And they just combined everything they've ever thought of like stupid ideas. Like I still don't even know how I feel about this movie.
Oh wow.
It was like Miley Cyrus showed up at one point in like a fever dream. I was like, what is going on?
Well, someone probably had fun making it.
Oh,
it's probably
for sure.
one of those, like, okay, they had fun making this.
Absolutely. What have you been streaming, Chris?
Well, I've gone down a weird rabbit hole of an old series. It's called Animal Kingdom.
I think you did mention this.
Did I mention it last week? Well, it's all I've been watching. So, like, when I went to write down what I've been watching, I've got 2 things. Mm-hmm. So this is one of them because there's 6 seasons, 13 episodes a season. I'm on season 3, and seriously, why can't I stop watching this? I mean, it's good. It's entertaining. I feel like once you get something that you're okay with watching and it's familiar, you're going to stick with it.
Yeah.
It's kind of why I used to read like Star Trek fan fiction. I knew what was going on, knew the characters, and this is before anybody was doing fan fiction, okay? Let's just put it this way. It was before like fan fiction was sex, okay?
I love that you said that. I really love that you said that.
But I'm on season 3 and main character has died. I don't care about spoilers. This is so old.
Yeah, it's been out.
He dies in the movie anyway. I'm not sure at what point, because this is based on a movie.
Okay.
Which I think was based on a book. So, you know, it just kept on giving. And he went to go do Grey's Anatomy. That's why the actor left to go do Grey's Anatomy.
God.
So we've got all the other guys left at this point. Like I said, we're in season 3 right now.
Of 6?
Of 6.
Wow. That's crazy for the main character.
Right,
to die that early
well, but
on.
the main cast, and this applies to my Chris likes male violence category, not the Chris likes teen drama category of my life. It's 4 brothers and a cousin.
Okay.
Well, nephew. It's really weird because the guy who died, who's a brother, might also be the father of the kid because he's not real. They're not really brothers. They're crime brothers. Like the mom randomly like picked up a kid and said, okay, you're one of mine now. And she had 3 boys from 3 different fathers.
Okay.
One of the boys is a twin. The girl left the family. So let me start all over.
Yeah, I need like a visual.
Mom with really bad growing up experience, living out
Okay.
of the car. Mom was doing robberies. Mom died. I don't know what happened next exactly because they haven't unfolded that. But we start with the mom being the mother. I think the air conditioner in there just kicked on.
I'm like, is there a car in there? What is going on?
The mom has a boy she quote unquote adopted. A son of her own that's the oldest, like she had him for a while,
Okay.
and then 2 younger ones. So all 3 of her natural born sons have
Right.
different fathers,
Okay.
and then there's one she adopted. Well, the oldest son had a twin sister. So
Right.
for a long time they all lived together, but the twin sister became a junkie, had issues, whatever, I don't know, because they haven't explored that yet
Right.
in the season, in the series. But the sister, the show starts with this boy sitting on the couch eating cereal, looking over to his left, his right. And then he calls the cops because his mom's just OD'd.
Oh my God.
And I took that. It was funny the way it started. It's like he's just sitting next to his dead mom, but she was a junkie. Like, you know what I mean? She's
okay,
doing
yeah.
heroin, like, and she always trying to find veins where to put them. So I think he just got, 1, he was that traumatized from his childhood
Right.
that he probably saw that before, and 2, it was inevitable. And I
Yeah.
think he knew that. So it's like, okay, as soon as I call the cops, this is real.
Right.
So he waited.
Oh my God.
Anyway, yeah, so that's why one of the brothers, who isn't his blood relative, he did hook up with the kid's mom. So he's
my
his
God.
uncle father.
What?
Because he's,
Yeah.
yeah, his uncle father, uncle.
Uncle father.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But it's decent writing. It's gotten to the point where it's like, oh, come on. But because it started in 2016, it's actually for 2016 would have been a really good show. Like, I think we've progressed now. We have some really, really good shows.
Yeah.
But it was TNT. You know, it
Okay.
wasn't like an HBO thing.
Yeah.
And they only have 13, episodes a season. So it's not the 23 where you're like, okay, we have to have a holiday episode to put filler
Yeah.
in. So, and the writing's good. It's just, it's not like, Ted Lasso. It's not awesome. But, they're not giving close tiebacks, and there's some really shaky
Right.
things out there.
Oh my gosh.
But Ellen Barkin's in it too, which I know I mentioned last week that she
Yeah.
was in it because I love her.
I love that.
But yeah, so now I'm sucked in. Like, I'm not except for the other thing that I haven't mentioned yet that I watched, which was really good. It was a movie called Memory.
Oh, nice.
It was real. It was sad. It was so funny. People are horrible
Yeah.
because the movie
Yeah.
Memory is about a woman who has an abusive past, who has traumatic childhood issues, and like her mother and sister don't believe it that she was abused by her stepfather, blah 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 blah, and this man who's going through early dementia.
Oh
Like
my God.
at a young age. So they end up meeting and they form a connection. And it was a really good movie. It was one of those, what is it, A45?
A24.
Yeah, A24 movies. Oh my God, I'm so dyslexic.
I
Yeah.
think every studio should just be like, just pick a number and a letter. I just think that would be really
It
funny.
would be, yeah. So
It would be so confusing.
A24, it was one of their films.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I read reviews afterwards. It's like, we don't know what happened. Why didn't this? It was the most boring film of my life. I can't
God.
believe I watched that. It's like, people have no appreciation for the fact this captures how some people live. Just
Right.
like, Animal Kingdom. That's why I look at it. It's like, people live this way. But it seems exciting because there's violence and sex and drugs and guns, versus conversations and people having difference of opinion and doing things they probably shouldn't do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's about that time.
Yes.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here at WHCM with Streaming Verse right after these messages.
Keep it here on 88.3 WHCM, Harper Radio. We'll be right back.
Briefly, I hate Mondays.
Not everybody's a fan of Mondays,
And that's why I'm here to make your day a little brighter with Brandon Sam on air. Explore a new style, era, or genre of music every single week with me, the ultra-energetic Brandon Sam. All about good vibes and good attitude, I make sure to end each show with a powerful, inspirational message. Catch the show every Monday at 2 p.m. only on 88.3 FM and harperradio.com. Have a great day, everybody.
Are you looking to rent a Chromebook for research sources or perhaps just a peaceful study spot? Well, look no further than Harper's very own library, located in Building F. With floors of resources and a staff eager to help, it's your go-to for all things academic. You want it? We got it. Open Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Weekend hours vary. For more information, please visit harpercollege.edu or call 846-925-6584. Happy studying.
I'm Crazy T.
I'm B Smooth.
I'm Eric D.
And you are listening to the award-winning WHCM 88.3 FM, Palatine, Illinois, a broadcast station of Harper College and its Board of Trustees.
Celebrating 20 years on air at Harper College.
Vic's Music Picks is flawless. Vicky's show goes from 1 to 2 and always gives me good music.
I hear she's live on air every Thursday. So fetch.
One time, she played all of my favorite artists. It was awesome. Hey, I'm Vicky from Vic's Music Picks of the Week. My show airs Thursdays 1 to 2 p.m. and I hope you'll tune in.
Car crash.
And
We're back with Streaming Verse with Chris and Nina. My sound keeps going out over here. I don't know why. Quick reminder. Oh no, I don't have it in front of me. The thoughts and ideas presented on this show are our own and not necessarily reflective of the opinions of WHCM, Harper College, or its Board of Trustees.
yay, good job.
I'm back. Real quick, before we chat a little bit more about what we've been streaming, Erin has commented that she's slowly catching up on House of Dragon, which I believe is the Game of Thrones. Is it a prequel? I think it's a prequel.
I think it is. I do not partake.
I've never seen
but
it.
I know that it's called Hot D.
Oh, I was like, what did you just say? Got it. Understood. She also said that she hasn't watched much else this week besides Gilmore Girls in the background when she's working, which I also have not watched a lot this week. I was diving into the trenches trying to figure out, I watched that and I didn't talk about it on the show.
I know.
Yeah.
There's some memory I had last week, so I'm like, okay, I haven't watched anything else. I can at least move that over.
Yeah. No, there's one from probably months ago. Dirty Dancing. I'd never seen Dirty Dancing in my life. I know.
And
it was really cute. I didn't expect it to be that good. Although it was a little disturbing that she was 17. And they explicitly state that she's 17 multiple times throughout the movie.
Yeah.
But it was very this feels like a romance book vibe. She's sneaking out and taking dance lessons. It's cute.
You know what I walked away with from Dirty Dancing? This is going to sound horrible. Well, of course I saw it when it came out when, we didn't think anything about 17-year-olds sleeping with 25-year-old men.
Right.
Is how long their vacations were. It's like, how do you get to go away for months on end and not have to work?
That's true.
This
she was
is
there.
what I was thinking. I'm like, I want the life in the Poconos where I get to go on vacation and...
My God, I didn't even think about that. She was gone for...
Yeah, the whole family, not just her. Now, sometimes I think, in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, because they went there too.
Okay.
The dads would leave for periods of time and come back, which made sense. But yeah, they stayed there the whole time. One, they had the funds to do that.
Right.
And two, how do you have that much vacation time?
That's a good question.
I want to live in that universe again as one of them and not the poor people who were working all the time.
Yeah. It's funny though because I there is this series, I believe it's on Netflix, that's behind the scenes of your favorite movies, or I don't know what it's called, but I had watched the episode talking about Dirty Dancing forever ago, and how is it John Travolta? I don't know men's
Patrick
names.
Swayze.
Is it? Okay.
No, John Travolta's not in Dirty Dancing. It's Patrick Swayze.
What is he in?
John Travolta was in Saturday Night Live. No, Saturday Night
That's
Fever.
Yeah,
Saturday
yeah.
Night
I'm like,
Fever.
no, that's
I'm
Fever.
doing the dance.
Yeah.
He was in Look Who's Talking. He was what? He was in
He wasn't in like Grease or.
Grease. Yeah, he was in Grease.
Oh, okay. That's what I was getting it confused with. Even though they dance, but like they in that series was really interesting because they talked about like how many times he had jumped off that stage. And I guess they did it so many times, and he was getting so frustrated, and like he tore something in his knee or something.
I can imagine.
I don't really remember exactly what happened, but I just remember watching and being like, okay, it gets to a point where like you got to be like, okay, that was a solid jump off the stage, like take it. You know what I mean?
Who wasn't taking it? Him or
him? I think.
Oh.
He's like, no, I got to do it again. I was like,
yeah. At some point, I think people now are more, in general, into it. Like, you can only do so many takes before you're going to hurt yourself.
well, yeah.
Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, that's like my dad loves
There's a fly.
yeah, I know. I've been kind of like eyeballing it the entire time. My dad, loves Top Gun. No, wait. Is that Tom Cruise? No.
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
My God, I don't know men. What's the other one? Dead Reckoning. Is it Mission Impossible or 007 or James Bond? I don't know the difference.
Tom Cruise is in Mission Impossible.
Okay, Mission Impossible. So the last movie I watched because Haley Atwell was in it and she was great. She plays Peggy Carter.
Okay.
And he does the stunt where he drives off the side of a mountain in a motorcycle and just jumps. And I guess for him, because he does his own stunts.
Yes, he does.
They, they film all of his stunts, like the big stunts. That's the first thing that they film. So if he dies, they won't have to
do it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How considerate.
No, literally, right? So I'm like, oh my God. I don't know how I made that connection because it doesn't make any sense. I don't know how I got on this topic.
I think it's hysterical, though, that you don't know men. Like,
I
it's
don't.
a man. I have no idea.
My dad and I.
You barely knew Ryan Gosling.
No,
like,
literally.
It took you a minute to put him into, okay, I can name him now.
No, exactly. My dad. Well, my family and I, we like doing like trivia quizzes on YouTube just because they're fun and like it just really makes us feel so stupid most of the time. And we did one and it was like, name this celebrity. Every man ever, I was like, Tom Hanks. Like 7 times. And my dad was like, Nina, that is not Tom Hanks. And then when it was finally Tom Hanks, I said someone else. And he's like, what? How? And then the women, I'm just like, oh, that's da-da-da-da-da-da. But actually, I got a lot of them wrong. So I was worried. And then I was like, oh, my God, I read this book where the female main character, she had like face blindness. And then I'm like, do I have that with men? Then I was like, I don't really care.
Doesn't really matter. Don't care.
No. Oh, boy.
Anybody else have any comments before we dive into our topic?
Yes. My mom, I think, watched this all the way through twice. But then I think my dad watched it as well. I don't know. It was one of those things that she was watching and then my dad walked in the room and then she restarted. The Simone Biles Rising series on Netflix. And it kind of talked about, like why she did what she did at the last Olympics and what led up to that. And it wasn't even just like a mental health thing. It was, she got what they call like the twisties. So when she was in the air flipping, she didn't know where she was.
Right.
But, oh my God, Aaron's talking about men. I don't know who that is. Sean Gunn from aka Kraglin. Okay, I know Kraglin. From Guardians of the Galaxy is a regular in Gilmore. Oh, cool. See, I know who Kraglin is. You say Sean Gunn, I've never heard that name in my life.
So characters of men you know.
It depends. If their names are like...
Kraglin?
Kraglin, yeah. You got me there, but... yeah, anything else you've been streaming?
No. Unfortunately, I have things I'd like to be streaming. And I'd like to talk about that in our little segment.
Okay.
The Fall Guy. So I am so annoyed because, all right, it's basic. I don't know if it's still in the theaters, but it's close enough to like it's done with
Chris,
the theaters.
you're gonna kill me.
But you can rent it.
Yeah.
And you can buy it, which
Yeah.
I don't want to do because I'm on all the streaming things, right?
There's no reason.
So I've already checked it's going to be on Peacock because it's a Universal
Yeah.
film, so it will be on Peacock, but they don't give out the dates.
Boo.
Which I've decided is because they want you to rent it or buy it
Yeah.
and not wait for it to be available on the streaming service that you already pay for. So
Yeah.
that's one of my random, like, I'm so annoyed.
Yeah.
And I really want to see Ryan Gosling now.
Yes, singing all too well.
Yes.
I need that right now. My brother actually, I mean, I haven't seen him all day, but he got a package in the mail and it was the steelbook of Fall Guy because he collects steelbooks.
Yeah.
So I was like, when he's not home tonight, maybe I can watch the Fall Guy.
So you don't even have to wait like I do, which is fine. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am completely fine with waiting. It's just, I've realized though, that's probably why is because they don't want to give you an exact date hoping that you'll break.
But that's terrible.
It is terrible. It's annoying.
I hate it. Hate capitalism.
What did you have that you had to share? It doesn't have to be bad stuff. I have good stuff and bad stuff to share that
Okay.
are random.
I just wanted to give a PSA to everyone who thinks this is also kind of what I've been watching, but I just kind of want to rant about it for a moment. To everyone who's like, "Oh my God, I want to see If it's so cute. It looks so cute." No, that movie is so sad. It's not even like you're anticipating like a sad ending or like a heartfelt moment that makes you cry. No, bam, so freaking ridiculously sad. And then it's not just the end. Like I said, straight out from the beginning, not even 20 minutes into the film, you're crying. Okay? Then you're like, oh, okay, we're okay. But we're not okay, but we're okay. And then the ending comes. Oh my God. My family and I, because it's streaming on Prime, we turned on the lights after it was over, and I look at my mom and my dad, and they both have like visible tears streaming down their face. I'm crying. Well, I don't. That's not a surprise. But like, I was expecting like, because it's a family movie, I was expecting like a heartfelt moment that made you like tear up a little bit, and you're like, oh, that's cute. And then you get a little like, I don't know, just like, I'll never watch that again because it was so cute and it ripped my heart out kind of moment. But oh my God, that was brutal.
How would you compare it to Slumberland?
Slumberland was...
Because
honestly, it's pretty similar.
Okay.
Except If kind of makes me wonder if this girl was, the little child was experiencing like a psychotic break.
If does?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I was worried for a moment that this kid, and actually reflecting on it now, I definitely think she was like a manic episode or a psychotic break. Like there's got to be some crazy mental illness behind this because, and like there should be because of what she's being put through, but oh my God.
Okay. All right. So, but thumbs up or thumbs down about actually watching it?
I mean, see, I'm so conflicted on it. I gave it a heart on Letterboxd because like it was cute. Like there were moments where I was like, oh, okay, that character's cute because they're like imaginary friends, you know. But then there were moments where I was like, I just want to die. Like I don't want to watch this. This is terrible. And like it's John Krasinski who wrote it.
Yeah.
Like, excuse me, sir.
Well, and Ryan Reynolds is in it. So you're like, oh, this will be happy.
Yeah.
This will be,
This will be great. This will be like there'll be like a musical moment. No.
John K., because I'm not attempting his last name.
Krasinski?
also wrote The Quiet Place, right?
Yeah.
So
oh my God. That leads me into another thing. Continue. Sorry.
No, but so he obviously is slightly twisted.
Slightly. This movie is insane. My grandma really wanted to see it. I remember her talking about this in theaters because of the big purple guy whose name is Blue, apparently. Like, dude, he's purple. But I think that's supposed
that's
to
so
be,
clever.
yeah. Like,
Sorry.
that was the most, like, lighthearted part. This purple guy is named Blue. I think his name was Blue. I don't even know because I was too distraught. But she was like, she really wanted to see it. She was super excited to see it. And then she sees it and she was like, it was really sad. And like for my grandma to say that, like, this must be crazy. Of course we don't believe her. And we're like, you're crazy, Grandma. And we watch it and I'm like, oh my God. I don't know how to put that into words. Like, what I want to do is force my therapist to sit down and watch it and like analyze it and tell me if this girl is experiencing a psychotic break.
Well, the thing is, let me be your therapist for a moment.
Okay.
What you're getting out of it is what you're seeing out of it. Therefore, it's also what you identify
Great.
with and what you're going through. So, are you having a psychotic break?
Probably, Chris.
I used to do dream analysis with my therapist,
God.
and it was a trip. And
That's
now, like, whenever
insane.
I have dreams, I'm like, in fact, I could talk about my dream that I had last night on the show because it would actually apply. That's how crazy that was.
Oh my God.
But it's interesting, like, what things mean in dreams.
Yeah.
And so, and I think it's the same. Now I'm thinking of two things I want to talk about today on the show and ask you guys about. But first, all right, before I get into that, let's take a quick break, play a station ID and all that type of fun stuff, and we'll be right back with WHCM. We'll be right back with Streaming Verse on WHCM.
Take two.
This is WHCM 88.3 FM, your source for a variety of freeform genres played by the students and staff of Harper College.
Hey everyone, welcome to This Week at Harper. I'm Vicky, and here's what's happening on Harper campus. On Monday, July 15th, visit the Rec Center located in Building M for some exhilarating group exercises. Join Cindy for Total Body Barre at 9 a.m., Kat for guided flow yoga at 12:15 p.m., or hang out with Yumi for some Zumba at 6 p.m. On Tuesday, July 23rd, take some time to get active midday during the Summer Recreation Series. Campus Recreation will be hosting open play sessions with pickleball as the spotlighted program of the day. Invite your colleagues to have some summer fun. Those interested in the event should meet in the lobby of the Rec Center located in Building M. On Wednesday, July 24th, visit room M2010 in Building M for a free in-person mental health first aid training session. This training is a skill-based course that teaches participants about mental health and substance abuse issues. Lunch and snacks will be provided, registration is required, and the event will start at 9 a.m. and run till 3 p.m. On Thursday, July 25th, catch a game at the Summer Gaming Series. This event is located in the e-gaming room of Building M. Enjoy snacks, beverages, and open play sessions. Apex Legends will be the spotlighted game of the day, and we encourage you to invite friends and have some summer gaming fun. For more information, please visit harpercollege.edu/events. Thanks for listening to This Week at Harper.
This is Harper Radio, community-driven and commercial-free.
We are back with Streaming Verse here on WHCM 88.3 FM. It's Streaming Verse with Nina and Chris. And we've been talking about just random things regarding that revolve around our universe of streaming. So you were mentioning If.
That's so good. Yes, I was. That was really good.
And I was saying how what you got out of it probably reflects more on what you're thinking and what you're going through than necessarily what they meant. And two things came to mind.
Way to call me out.
First, we'll talk about the one that you're going to want to talk about.
Okay.
I was reading something on Reddit, which counts as streaming because it's the internet.
Because it's Reddit.
Yeah, because it's Reddit.
Reddit's amazing.
And there's a woman who wants to have I don't know if it's Taylor Swift themed wedding, but a Taylor Swift, concept wedding. So she's picking out songs. And the bride is not a huge Taylor Swift fan. Like, she doesn't know everything. I mean, she's a fan, but she's not like you.
But she's having a Taylor Swift
It's
wedding?
kind of interesting. I know. I think she's just new to the game. Let's just put it that way. She's new to the game.
I'll give her the benefit of the doubt.
Okay. So she's asked her friends who are true Swifties to help her make it a good wedding and with, the theme. Okay. And here we are. I'm looking at both of you now because both of you can give input on this. The bride wants to include the song Lover as part of her wedding. Her friends have said no because that's denial. That's on Taylor's list of denial. Have you heard about it? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So would you tell someone that they can't have that song because of Taylor Swift saying it's denial?
Okay, first of all, what I would like to say about this is if I were a true Swiftie and one of my friends didn't know that she put that song on the denial playlist.
Right.
And they were asking me for help, I would be so like I would just be irked because I'd be like, well, I don't know. Cuz like girl, like that would be my wedding. Like you're just, you know what I mean? Like that's my thing. Like go away.
Oh, gotcha. That makes sense.
I would be nice, but I would be a little pissed about it. No, okay, and then secondly, I'd be, because I'm such a great friend, I would be like, no, you can do whatever you want, but that's the lens that Taylor views that song through. But she also says, literally right before she sings Lover at the Eras Tour, I can't remember if it's on the film or if it's just from videos I have from when I went, she talked about how the songs for her, a lot of them mean so many different things now than when she had initially written them.
Yeah, that they did discuss some of that in the film.
Yeah.
So some, not I don't know if they went into this whole denial playlist thing, but.
Right. So, which makes sense because, like, especially the song All Too Well.
Yeah.
I remember seeing her on the Red tour, and she would play that on the piano crying. It would make her cry every time she sang it because it was so raw and painful for her to relive. And now you look at her sing it on the Eras Tour and she's smiling and everyone in the crowd is just having a good time and she's like getting the energy off of that. And so now I'm sure, obviously I can't read her mind, but I'm sure now she thinks of it more as like, oh, this is such a fun song that resonates with a lot of people that I get to sing with them and hear them sing a 10-minute version of the song back to me. Like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? But, like, why are you going to be so nitpicky? Ultimately, and I can't, like, it's a song.
Right. That's
for yours to interpret.
Exactly. And that's what I would think, like, even Taylor Swift would say, which she has. Like, you've already mentioned that, like, this is her lens. And that's what art's supposed to be. It's to get a reaction, but everyone has a different reaction. So do you agree with what Nina said, Caroline? Okay, she does.
Okay. I said a lot of things, so.
No, but basically that the bride can play it if she wants. Like, if I wanted it, like, I'm not having a Taylor Swift themed wedding. I'm not having any wedding. Let's be clear right now. In case anyone's like, what?
I was going to say, Chris.
But if I wanted to have a wedding and play that song, you're not going to say, no, you can't play it. It's on her denial playlist. It's like, yeah, that makes sense for her to write it, but how it came out and how I interpret it would be like.
Well, and two, when it came out, it wasn't denial, really. If you think about it, I think she just put it when she released the title tracks of the Tortured Poets Department and created those 4 playlists on Apple Music. I think that's how she sees the songs now at her point in life, because when she was writing that, or when Lover was released, she was theoretically still with the person she wrote it about.
Right. And that's what I would think too, is that, and now she can see, that's denial. Which, again, all love songs are crazy. Like, I'm on a cloud. Love is wonderful.
Exactly.
That's all. We're all in denial at that point.
Yeah.
That's why you're writing wonderful love songs.
Right.
Because it's denial.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
That's a crazy story, though.
So I'm going to tell you my dream that I had last night, which is so weird. Okay. No. So in my dream, I worked at TMZ.
Oh my God, of course you did.
And if we were analyzing dreams, I my job is so like not what I want to be doing on many levels, because all I get are like salespeople and customers who just ignore me, and it's like, okay, that's nice, wonderful. Like all I do is go, hey, look at me. Hey, I want to help you. Hey, whatever.
Yeah.
So, so I'm thinking it's because it's a job I think I'd enjoy. And
I
that's
think you'd be
why.
okay. TMZ is a double-edged sword for me because it's like a celebrity gossip thing.
Yes.
And as much as I like love a lot of celebrities, I've learned my lesson through being a massive Taylor Swift fan my entire life, not to believe a single word that anyone says unless it's them. Not TMZ, but like the celebrity themselves. So I don't know how I feel about it, but like if you were on TMZ, I would watch it, and I think you would be good at it, not because you're like a trashy gossip kind of person,
Right.
and I know that they're probably not all like that.
No,
that's
they're
just
not.
how
Yeah.
my mind interprets like
Well, and and I've stated this before, but I watch it more for the personalities who are on the show, not the gossip they're talking about.
Right.
Because I know way more about the Kardashians than I ever wanted to by watching the show, because I do not care about them.
Yeah,
but in my dream, I was like running the board, kind of like Caroline, what you're doing now, but it was for the video too. Well, apparently, the one day when I was running the board, a lot of things were happening. So it was shots, like it was live for some reason. So I was like making sure I was like going to the right camera. Like how you see whenever you see a movie or TV show about a TV show, how they have all that in front of them. That's more what I was doing, but a camera was still on me for some reason, which isn't part of the show in real life. But I won like an Emmy for it.
oh my god,
So I'm on TMZ and I won an Emmy. So
that's crazy.
So when I mentioned to you about it's like how you interpret things, and I mentioned dreams, and again, it's because it's like that's a job I would love to do.
Yeah.
And I feel I'd be recognized for enjoying the job, which is probably the inspiration for let's start titling our shows when we put them up on YouTube.
You would be so funny. Oh, Aaron, it was a dream. Aaron said, did Chris say she worked for TMZ? Yeah, surprise, undercover.
Surprise!
No, you would be really good at that. And I feel like if TMZ were to win an Emmy, that's what they would be up for.
Yeah, it'd be an Emmy.
It would be because of you.
No, thank you.
Because
Thank you.
even if you were at the board, you would definitely be making like comments under your breath about the Kardashians or something, and it would be so ridiculous.
Not them again.
Yeah. Oh, do we care? We don't care. Yeah, I would definitely tune into that. That's amazing.
Yeah, I do love that show. I really do. I didn't watch it today though. I had to get really creative because when I cut the cord, I had to, so I don't have any live TV unless it's through the app. So like through Peacock, I do have that stuff. Did Erin say something?
Yeah, she said, "Oh, OMG, that makes I can't read. OMG, that makes way more sense. You walk away for 1 second."
All of a sudden, I have a new job. But what was I saying? I forgot what I was talking about. I paused.
Dreams reflecting what you
Dreams
want.
reflecting, like, the job things, being valued at your job.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So, but it was funny because I woke up and I'm like, I had a dream, and it was a good dream. This
And
is
I have an
awesome.
Emmy.
Yeah. I actually just heard this week, and this is why I was like, oh, that was a good dream, is because I heard that people with dementia have nightmares. Like one of the precursors to, like, developing it, they're kind of looking at everything. So I don't want to say that there's causation, but it's, okay, what traits do people have who get dementia? So one of them would be like a long time ago, and I don't even know if this is true anymore. They decided that drinking out of aluminum cans caused dementia.
Oh my God. You
know what it probably really was though? It's the beer. But they didn't want to say it was the beer, so they said it was the aluminum cans. So, but at one point it was like, aluminum cans lead to dementia.
Yeah. Everything leads to everything.
Yeah. So we're really, and not even that it was the beer itself, but it's probably that as you grow older, you get in these routines, and you stop pushing your brain. You stop exercising it and creating new like neurons and pathways and stuff like that.
That makes sense.
So now they're coming into like this whole relationship between nightmares and dementia. And I kind of can see that because you have a more doom and gloom type thing, where, I'm dreaming about things I want to do and being positive at least and going, I work on TMZ and I have an Emmy. And I'm so happy.
My dreams are so random. They're like, they don't necessarily like scare me awake. And they're not all necessarily nightmares. It's just like one scene after another. And then I'm like having a tea party with an armadillo. And I'm like, hello?
That explains so much about you.
Yeah. And then it like starts yelling at me because why are you talking to me? Why do you think I can talk to you? And I'm like, you're talking to me. No, I'm not. I'm like, what?
Well, that's kind of how you feel about life sometimes, though, I think, with your interactions with people. It's like, what?
What is
just
going on?
present? Why are you on me about it?
I am just chronically confused, I think, about existence.
See, and you're trying to process it in your dreams. I still think it's fascinating, though, as much as, like I said, I had a therapist who would analyze my dream. We'd talk about my dreams. I have to say it was one of my best therapy sessions because at least it, instead of like me going, blah, 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 happened.
Right.
How do you feel about that? I don't know how I feel about it. What do you think that means? I don't know what it means. You know what it means. You tell me what it means because I don't know.
I'm paying you
right.
to figure this out for me.
So at least with the dreams, she could then go, this is what this means. How do you think that applies to what you're going through? Oh, okay, yeah. And so I learned things like if you dream about a house that's you, a car is you. So like if you're having a dream that your house is being invaded, it's because you feel like you're being invaded.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it was really like I learned so much. And so when people tell me their dreams, part of me goes, do I remember what that means? And like talking about like those interactions, like I can go, okay, I could see where she would have
with the armadillo having a tea party.
Because everyone kind of freaks you out, like how are they doing what they're doing, or why are they doing what they're doing?
This got so deep. This got crazy deep.
I didn't even talk about half the other thing I wanted to talk about, and you probably have a ton of things too, is music videos. So I'm talking to the two young people in the room right now, and anyone who's listening. And if you're on YouTube, give me feedback. I need feedback. So I've been watching videos on my Fire Stick, and they're free videos. And you both would be happy to know I've mostly been watching the Taylor Swift videos. But they only have certain videos. So let's say it's 30 videos. And it's the same ones. It's not like new ones. They don't mix anything. Because it's like, it's probably what they could get for whatever amount, And I don't want to go to YouTube per se.
Okay,
so let's exclude that. I mean, I am on YouTube, but I'm saying I don't want to because YouTube becomes too interactive. I don't want to... I don't want to click anything. Because what I do right now when I put the videos on, I'm cleaning house.
Yeah.
So I'm walking up and down, and there's commercials, which is fine, but YouTube tends to like go, oh, you've been listening to Taylor. Let's throw in Neil Diamond. What? Why? I don't want Neil Diamond.
Yeah.
So is there any other platform to watch videos? Just wondering. Back in the day, you'd put on MTV.
Right.
Back in my day. A long, long time ago.
Oh my God. I know you can use Apple Music and watch music videos there, but again, that's like not as convenient. For YouTube, like you can make playlists of music videos you want to listen or watch and listen to, I guess. I would be happy to make you a playlist of my favorite music videos. Did I mention I really enjoy making lists? You have. I think I've heard that. I want to make a compilation of every time I say lists because I can't say it. And I just think it's so ridiculous that I talk about how much I love making them all the time and I cannot say it. But then that way, and you can shuffle playlists on YouTube. So it's still like, oh, it's a surprise, but you're not going to like randomly get a Bob Dylan music video. I don't even know if there are such thing as that when you're watching like Taylor Swift music videos. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Other
yeah.
than
And you
other
can
than
always
that-
make me lists. I'm fine with that. I'm down with lists.
Okay, I'm great. I'm on it. Other than that, I really have no idea where else you can watch music videos.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Same thing. Not quite a recommendation, but Chastity has jumped in and said, "Video killed the radio star." That's what she thought of when we were talking about, which I do love that song.
And
first video ever played
on MTV.
Yep.
I know my stuff. Just kidding.
And she didn't know
know
TMZ was still on. Well, that's what I'm here for, to let everyone know that TMZ is still on.
Public
Harvey Levin
service.
is amazing. He's always coming up with new shows. That's all that man does. And he's like, I don't know if he's 80 yet, but he's in his 70s. Like, yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. And you know his connection to the Kardashians?
No.
Like, he's a lawyer, so he knew their father.
Oh, God. So it's like the, God, what's his name? O.J. Simpson.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my God. You know, he asked my mom if she needed a ride home from the airport once.
Who's she?
My mom. He went up to my mom at an airport, and my mom...
OJ.
Yeah. My mom knew who he was, and she was like, oh, man, I gotta get out of here. And he goes up to her and was like, hey, do you need a ride? My mom was like, no.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Scary. Yeah.
Yeah, the only other thing I was gonna yap about was that the showrunner for the Fourth Wing adaptation series on Prime was announced. And I'm so scared because the book series is I believe it's going to be 5 books, and the first 2 are out, and they both end on massive cliffhangers, and I pre-ordered the 3rd book. I just need it in my hands, and I just need to consume it right now because I'm stressed about one of the characters. Anyways, they're making it into a TV show. I don't know if it's going to be animated or like people, and I'm terrified because if they screw this up, I will be so upset. And like then I'm just going to be so upset because I love these characters so much. But the showrunner, her name is Moira Wally Beckett, and she did the shows Breaking Bad and Anne with an E. So I've never seen either of those shows, but my brother and my dad love Breaking Bad, and I've been meaning to watch Anne with an E because that's another book adaptation series. And I went to watch it the other night, and the internet didn't work, so I couldn't get on Netflix.
You know what's interesting? We're actually living parallel lives right now.
Why?
Because this show called Bad Monkey is going to be coming on Apple TV Plus on August 14th.
Okay.
It is an adaptation of a Carl Hiaasen book called Bad Monkey. I love Carl Hiaasen. He's one of my favorite authors.
I feel like I've heard about this.
All he writes about is crazy Florida stuff. He had a book called Hoot. Did you guys hear of Hoot? It was he has a few children's books that he's written. He always writes about characters in Florida, which is, of course, mayhem and craziness.
Madness.
And he has a character, and Skink isn't in Bad Monkey, but he has a character that he writes about. He's an ex-governor who has like a wooden eye that always pops out, and he goes around like helping people out and taking down the bad guy. But like he wanders around naked half the time. Like if you saw someone walking on the side of a Florida highway, you know, in a loincloth with one eye, you probably saw and he has like a, you know, as a governor, he had very white teeth, and now his name is Skink. That's what they call him, and he weaves them throughout these books. But Carl Hiaasen is funny, a wonderful writer. And Bad Monkey's coming out the 14th of August, so I'm so excited. I am disappointed because we're probably not going to do a show that week because that's right before I leave for my swim. But I'm going to reread the book. So I've already gone to Libby and downloaded the audiobook and the book for my Kindle.
Yes, I love
That's
it.
one of the books I haven't read, so I have to read Bad
Okay.
Monkey. So, but Vince Vaughn is going to be in it.
Oh, I know him. Dodgeball.
I'm impressed right now. Yes.
Thank you. I watched enough movies with my dad to know who Vince Vaughn is.
So Vince Vaughn, I think, is good, especially for a Florida
Oh,
character.
100%.
Yeah. So I'm so excited, and I want everyone else to watch it too. I think everyone should watch Bad Monkey when it comes out.
I know for a fact I've heard of this. I don't know if it was just the author or the movie, but I don't know. Maybe it'll hit me.
It's a series. Sorry, I want to be clear.
it's
It's
a
a
series.
series. I'm
Okay.
so excited for. I'm excited for Carl Harrison. Here I am. I'm just like got the college radio show. I'm so excited for Carl. Like he's because
Yes, Carl.
they've made movies out of his books before, and some of them have done very badly because it's really hard to adapt what he writes.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, in it, like he has characters like bad cops, good cops, you know, strippers with a soul, you know, because one of them, and Demi Moore was in it. I forget the name of it right now, but like it's Burt Reynolds and Demi Moore were in it, where she was a stripper and he was like a bad political related person. And if you play it to like, ha ha ha, we're pulling something over on you,
Right.
it's going to lose.
Right.
You know, because the characters believe they're doing what they should be doing as human beings.
Right. Yeah.
The
Out of-
Striptease, I think that's what it was called, was Striptease, that movie.
Oh.
See, he always, the very first book of Carl Hyacins I ever read was called Skin Tight, which
Yeah.
it was this couple, I worked for this couple at a place that leased specialized beds to hospitals. And it's the the wife, the owner.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh, are you looking for a good book to read?" I'm like, "Oh yeah. Oh, Skin Tight."
You're like,
What? Huh?
yeah, what kind of book
I'm
is
like
that?
your age going, what are you suggesting that I
Yeah.
read right now? But it was about plastic surgery. And someone died because if a plastic surgeon doesn't know what they're doing when they break your nose,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it can kill you.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
Oh my god.
But I was like, what are you talking about? What? It was so good, but that was my first introduction to Carl
That's
Hyacin,
funny.
and I love him. I love him so much.
That's amazing. The one book that I'm looking forward to reading, which is streaming, and I've read like the first chapter or so. I read it for a class, which is crazy that like, oh, a book you read for a class you want to like actually read.
Right.
But the guy who wrote Fight Club, he has a book called Choke, and it's this guy who apparently he gets all these birthday cards in the mail because he makes people into heroes, because he goes to restaurants and makes himself choke on food, and then someone has to give him the Heimlich, and then he's like, well, there you go. These people will love you forever. They'll send you birthday cards because you just gave them a gift. They're heroes because of you, and they'll remember you and send you checks and money. And so he's got like 80 of these people sending him all this money. And the first chapter is so funny. Oh my God.
You know, Fight Club was a lot about like Starbucks, like in the movie, even like Fight Club. Meaning like commercialism and capitalism and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
It was
which
a
is
comment, which
yeah.
Choke seems like very much as soon as you're describing it, I'm like, this sounds like the Kardashians. In terms of like, make a sex video and you can make lots of money.
Exactly.
So it seems like kind of a weird parallel.
Yeah, the author, we read a couple more like excerpts of his stuff, and he's so funny because it appeals to the audience who's oblivious to it, who like, you know.
Yeah.
And it appeals to the people who know exactly why he's doing what he's doing, and I think it's funny, and it's really fun when you can find that like intersection of like two very different audiences.
I'm not going to try to say that last name. Chuck
Palahniuk? Chuck Palahniuk?
Yeah, that's the author.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, basically, my moral of that rant is adaptations are really, really difficult, especially for people who like love the books first. I feel like lessons in because I did read the book first. Like Hidden Figures, I watched the movie before I read the book.
Okay.
So I loved the movie a lot more. But like Fourth Wing, special place in my heart. And there's like dragons, like it's a fantasy, like war college, and I'm just terrified because if they don't get enough budget, it's gonna be garbage.
Yeah, I could see that. Well, it is about time that we wrap up this show. And I'm pointing at people.
We would like to thank DJ Double Dip.
Yes, thank you, DJ
his
Double, for our
music.
theme song. We love it, and you can find his music on SoundCloud, Bandcamp, Apple Music, probably Spotify, anywhere that you can stream music. You can find DJ Double Dip, probably Oat Milk too, which is our theme song. Go under our voice. Yeah, come a little bit up. There you go.
Yeah.
And a little commentary on news yesterday that's going to lead to our positive thought for the day.
Okay.
Is, well, there was the incident in Schaumburg yesterday where someone shot a man who was doing his job trimming trees. People, let's just accept the fact that things are not going to go our way just because we think they should. Accept the fact that there's going to be noises. Earplugs are the best.
Yeah.
You can just put them in and you can still have conversations with loop earplugs. They are the best. And you can also put in little adapters or get different ones and then block everything out if you want, okay? But let's just accept the fact that the world does not revolve around you as much as the internet wants you to believe it does.
So true.
And be kind to one another.
Period.
We will be back next week. Have a great weekend and keep it tuned to WHCM.